Then someone came to him and said, "Teacher, what good deed must I do to have eternal life?" And he said to him, "Why do you ask me about what is good? There is only one who is good. If you wish to enter into life, keep the commandments." He said to him, "Which ones?" And Jesus said, "You shall not murder. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. You shall not bear false witness. Honor your father and mother. And you shall love your neighbor as yourself." The young man said to him, "I have kept all these. What do I still lack?" Jesus said to him, "If you wish to be perfect, go, sell your possessions, and give the money to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven. Then come, follow me." When the young man heard this word, he went away grieving, for he had many possessions.
This story breaks my heart every time I read it. Here's this young guy who seems to have everything together. He's moral, he's seeking, he's even wealthy. He comes to Jesus with what sounds like a genuine question about eternal life. And then, he walks away sad. It's like watching someone almost make it to the finish line and then just stop. But let's be honest, this story makes most of us uncomfortable because we see ourselves in this rich young man more than we'd like to admit. I remember talking to my friend Emma about this passage. She's a successful lawyer, drives a nice car, lives in a beautiful house. She said, "Every time I hear this story, I feel like Jesus is looking directly at me and asking, 'What are you willing to give up?' And you know what? She's probably right. We all are." The young man starts with what seems like a simple question. What good deed must I do to have eternal life? Notice he's thinking in terms of doing something, earning something, checking off a box. It's very transactional. I'll do X, and God will give me Y. We do this all the time, don't we? We think faith is about accumulating good deeds like points on a loyalty card. Jesus' first response is interesting. He basically says, "Why are you asking me about goodness? Only God is truly good." It's like Jesus is gently redirecting the conversation from "what can I do?" to "who is God?" But the young man doesn't catch it. He's still focused on the checklist. So Jesus gives him the checklist. Don't murder. Don't commit adultery. Don't steal. Don't lie. Honor your parents. Love your neighbor. Basic stuff. Really, the foundation of decent human behavior. And the young man says, "Check, check, check. I've done all that. What else?" Here's where it gets real. Jesus looks at this guy, and I imagine there's love in his eyes, not judgment, and says, "If you want to be perfect, sell everything, give it to the poor, and follow me." Now, before we start feeling superior because we don't have many possessions, let's pause. This isn't really about money. It's about whatever we're holding onto that's keeping us from fully following Jesus. For this guy, it was wealth. For you, it might be your reputation, your comfort zone, your need for control, your career ambitions, or even your family's approval. I think about my Uncle Tom, who felt called to be a missionary but never went because he couldn't leave his successful business. Or my friend Lisa, who knows she should forgive her sister but holds onto that grudge like it's precious. Or honestly, myself, how many times have I felt God nudging me towards something that would require me to give up my comfort, my plans, my security? The tragedy isn't that the young man was rich. The tragedy is that he was so close to discovering something infinitely more valuable than his possessions, but he couldn't let go of what he already had to receive it. Jesus wasn't being mean or unreasonable. He was offering this guy the adventure of a lifetime. Come, follow me. Imagine being personally invited by Jesus to be part of his inner circle, to witness miracles, to be part of changing the world. But the young man couldn't see past his bank account. Here's what I've learned. Jesus has a way of putting his finger on exactly the thing we're most reluctant to surrender. It's not random, it's surgical. He knows what's keeping us from experiencing the fullness of life with him, and he lovingly but clearly points it out. The beautiful thing is that Jesus doesn't chase after the young man. He doesn't lower the bar or negotiate. He lets him walk away, because real love doesn't manipulate or coerce. It invites, it offers, it waits. but it also respects our freedom to say no.